And welcome back to the Metal Mixtape here on KSKQ 89.5 Ashland, Oregon, 94.1 Medford, Oregon. Streaming online on KSKQ. Oh! I was totally looking for you for that. And what was that badassery right there, man?
That was some Enoki and Crescent, a badass black metal band from Finland who has since changed their name to just The Crescent. But either way, they are badass. Check them out. That was Thousand Shadows.
You ready for this awesome interview with Claudeous?
Yeah, let's talk to
Let's get him on the line.
Let's talk to a badass guitarist from an influential death metal band.
Dude, yeah. I feel like I'm calling like a phone a friend from like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. But it's but it's phone a badass guitar player.
Yeah, hopefully he has the right answers.
Right. Oh yeah, let's do this.
In the meantime, I'll serenade you. Dun, 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 dun.
Hello, Claudeous. Welcome to the Metal Mixtape, my brother.
Hey, what's up, man?
Dude, so excited to have you on, man. We've been talking about you for a couple weeks now, looking up your history, just your badassery, dude. You freaking shred, dude, and we're so excited to have you on. It's truly an honor, dude. How are you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing great, man. It's an honor to be on, and hello, everybody.
Dude,
What's up, man?
Yeah, dude.
What's up?
That's Joel, our co-host. Super excited, man.
Hey.
So, dude,
brother.
dude, so much history, man. Honestly, I have so many questions, but I mean, where can we really start, dude? So you've been in the music scene for a while now. Before you weren't Possessed. I kind of want to know a little bit of your history before you joined that awesome death metal band.
Gosh, where do I begin?
Exactly. I remember you telling me a little bit, man, but I know you've been playing music for a long time, and you've been playing in a ton of bands, dude. But why don't you just give me like a brief like decade history? Maybe that's enough we can handle on here.
Let's see. We'll go back to the like 1990 if that's cool.
Yeah, let's do it, man.
All right. Let's see. We'll go back to my band Girth, which I started in probably around 1990, and that was out of Woodland, California. The band The Council out of Sacramento. I played bass in that band, actually. Let's see, The Council. Then I'll just give a whole list of bands. From Hell out of Oakland. Nevayan out of Sacramento, which is a band I started before I joined Possessed.
No way, you were in Nevayan?
Yeah, I actually started that band, and I actually named that band.
Wow, okay. I'm learning some stuff. That's hardcore, man.
Yeah, it was actually a spin-off of my wife and I's band, Serpent and Seraph.
I know one band that I definitely had some interest in that you were in, which is kind of a weird one, and that is Dragonlord. Noticed that you played for Dragonlord a little bit.
Yeah, I was in Dragonlord for 11 years.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I've been listening to Dragonlord since the beginning. They're an interesting band, and it's funny, we played a Testament song earlier, which there's obvious connections to both bands. But yeah, that's pretty awesome, man. Dragonlord's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, I love Dragonlord, man. So much fun with that band. Unfortunately, Eric is very busy with Testament, so,
Yeah.
Which is understandable,
Yeah, that's a big band and a lot of duties to fulfill.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Yep.
So
Let's see, another cool band I had with my wife singing as well was Wrath of Babylon, which was a Dio tribute band.
killer.
And so fun.
That's
rad. We had
rad.
a good time with that. Yeah.
Dude, that's freaking badass, dude. Yeah, you were in quite a bit of projects, dude, and I always talk about like the shredder you are, dude. And I love watching a lot of documentaries about like how like very talented musicians get the call to play in really big bands, dude. I know one of my favorite documentaries to watch is when Mike Mangini joined Dream Theater. And, very deserving. That guy is one of my favorite drummers in the whole world. But, so, dude, right now, you're playing guitar for Possessed. You guys are playing shows all around the world. You guys are playing big tours. So, how'd you come up to, how'd you join Possessed, man? Tell us a little bit about that story and maybe how you felt the day you got the call.
You know, I got the call in summer of 2016. Actually, Jeff Becerra wrote me on Facebook.
Whoa.
And yeah, and it actually took him about 5 months or so to talk me into it.
Really?
Because I was getting frustrated. I was tired. You know, I wanted to take a break for a while. So, you know, but Jeff was very persistent, and they were looking for a new guitar player, and he asked everybody he knew, and he said my name came back over 100 times. So
wow.
That's why he contacted me, yeah.
Dude, that's truly an honor, man. That's man.
How did that feel to get that message? Was it disbelief, or what was it when you read that?
You know, it kind of hit me as a shocker because, again, I was kind of like, I want to take a break. I'm tired, you know, and I'm glad he contacted me because, you know, it revitalized me, if you will. You know, it brought me back to life, and I started working on a couple songs for Possessed, and I videoed myself and sent them to the band. And, what was it? November of 2016, I flew down to LA and I did a rehearsal with the band.
Wow.
And, immediately they accepted me as a brother, and, you know, it was, you know, the band is so cool. Everybody, it's like a family.
Yeah.
Very loving, you know, everybody really loves and respects each other, which is really nice. And 2 weeks later, we were touring Europe. So
wow.
Yeah.
So how much time did you get to get ready for a rehearsal? And did they send you like a list of songs they wanted to try out together, or was it like the set list? Like, how was that process? Once you said that you were down to play with Possessed.
You know, I worked on 4 songs and sent the videos.
Okay.
And then I had about 2 weeks to work on the set list before I flew to LA to jam with the band. And, so about 2 weeks, I flew down, and immediately they were like, "Oh, do you want the gig?" Yeah, I do.
Did.
So, yeah.
So
that's how that happened.
So that's pretty badass, dude. So how did you ever play around the world before Possessed, or was this kind of like you had to get the passport, you had to just get everything going immediately, you had a short amount of time, or have you had experience playing out of country?
Oh yeah, I have. I've known and worked with so many bands like Sadist and Testament, Death.
Wow.
You know, just friends. They're all friends of mine, right? So I would go and I would tech for them, you know, or whatever. Wow. Like 2007, for example, Sadist put out Out for Blood, their latest album, and so Darren called me, Darren Travis, the singer for Sadist, and said, "Hey man, we're touring Brazil, and, you know, would you like to come tech for us?" I was like, "Oh, of course, you know, I'll go with you guys." And he goes, "Well, here's the thing." He goes, "We can't really play the new album without a second guitar player."
Oh, man.
So I was like, okay. So basically I went to Brazil with Sadist, and I teched, and I played.
Wow.
So it was pretty cool, man.
That is
it was
crazy.
a lot of fun.
I hope you got overtime for that, man. That's pretty. that's. Wait, hey, well, at least you knew your gear was in line, man. That's pretty.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy, man. You've had so many crazy and new experiences, man. Like I'm super happy that you like you said, you revitalize yourself and everything. But does it get pretty tired being out there in the road and playing all these big shows?
You know, it doesn't. I used to get a little bit of anxiety before leaving on tours, you know, because it's kind of stressful getting there and getting back.
For sure.
You know, I mean, I've had times where it takes me 2 or 3 days to get there or home afterwards, and it's kind of stressful. But once I get there and get off the plane, I'm ready, you know?
Dude, that's badass. So I kind of want to know, kind of like from a fan's perspective. So like I saw like you played 70 Tons of Metal, like, you know, that big cruise ship metal show. So when you show up to play a show, is it like every band gets like a work schedule and you have a certain time you have to be places where you can hang out, your food schedule? Like how does that work when you get to a big festival? Do they just lay out your whole schedule for you and you basically just like kind of like a job?
Exactly. Yeah. You know, all the big festivals, the 70,000 Tons of Metal cruise, like you were asking about, all of them, you'll get there and you have a schedule. You have meet and greets or, you know, interviews with magazines or radios or, you know, whatever. And then your show time, you know, and then catering's pretty much always available throughout the day. You'll get like lunch and dinner. So you just kind of go at your convenience when you can, you know. It's kind of cool.
Dude, that's pretty badass, dude. No, I follow you on Facebook and I see all these crazy badass shows that you played. What do you think what is one of your favorite things about playing in a band live? I want to know, besides playing on that big stage, like meeting new fans and all that. Is there an experience that you find, like you feel on the road that always just like brings you in and like just makes you so happy that you're playing music?
You know what my favorite thing is, and I think you and a lot of the local bands can attest to, okay? My favorite thing of all time is I love to go watch the opening bands.
That's sick.
I will stand in the crowd right in the front, and I will, because I love, no matter who it is or what level they're at, I love to see people giving what they have.
Dude,
you know, it's an amazing thing for me.
And that's a good thing for them too, because the bands get to see, you know, somebody they look up to watching them. That's amazing. I mean, I've had Scott Kelly from Neurosis watch me play live, and that was like mind blowing. So it's like, I mean, that means a lot to fans. So that I have to praise you for that. That's awesome.
Yeah, to me, you know, meeting the fans, I love to go out into the crowd and just mingle and talk to people. I really enjoy that so much. You know, a lot of bands and a lot of musicians don't do that. They'll stay hidden, you know, backstage and whatnot. And no, that's what it's all about to me. I love to go out and talk to people and hang out. And, you know, it's really important.
Yeah, no, I completely agree, dude. Yeah, you meet some of the best friends that way, and you meet a lot of the coolest bands that way. And I know I've had a moment like that too, where like I remember I played with Powerman 5000, and I saw Spider at the sound booth watching like every move, and I was just like, man, I used to play Tony Hawk's Pro Skater to that guy, you know. And yeah, but I think that's awesome, man, dude. And yeah, no, that's totally a sweet feeling. And what do you think is one of your favorite shows you've played since you've joined Possessed? Was there a show? I know you were saying like before you go out to festivals and tours that you used to like get the, like, you know, like the jitters or a little bit, but was there a show where or Jeff or management called you and was like, all right, we're playing this show, and you kind of just went to yourself like, holy crap. Like have you had that moment yet where you got presented a show and you were just kind of like, oh man, let's go?
Well, you know, I'll tell you, there's two stories that come to mind. Well, actually, let's go three stories. Okay?
All right, let's hear it.
Okay, the first time, the very first big giant festival I played with Possessed was Wacken in Germany.
Oh my God! Woo!
Okay, and that to me was a huge bucket list, right? So it's like, you know, walking out on that stage in front of that crowd. You ever step over the like, you know, get close to the cliff, you know, and you're looking over the cliff?
Oh man.
Your balls kind of tingle a little bit, right? You're just like, whoa. That's what that felt like.
Oh my.
Okay, so, and I was over it immediately, right? But that's what it felt like walking out there in front of that crowd to me. It was like, whoa. Okay, get it together, right? So that was pretty crazy.
That's amazing.
Then we did Ozfest in 2017.
Wow.
And, no big deal, right? This is cool, right on, everything's cool. And I was actually filming the Ozzy set, right?
Wow.
And if you were to see the video, you would laugh because I'm watching Ozzy and I'm filming. Ozzy sounds great. It was just awesome, right? And all of a sudden, you see my phone kind of get all jumbly, and I'm like, oh my God, we just fucking played with Ozzy, right?
I think I might have seen that.
Totally freaked out. And that was the first time I ever freaked out like that. But it totally hit me. All of a sudden, we just played with Ozzy.
Yeah, the godfather of metal, man, or one of the godfathers.
Yeah, it was insanity. And one of my biggest influences, the earliest influence for me, was Kiss.
That's awesome, man.
Okay, we played a couple shows with Kiss on the last European tour.
Wow.
And the same thing, I'm watching Kiss, I'm filming, and all of a sudden it's like, whoa, oh my God, right? So we just played with Kiss. Even though it was the third show we did with Kiss, I'm still like, whoa, it finally hit me, right? Yeah, so.
Dude, that's amazing, dude.
Pretty crazy. Or you mentioned Mike Mangini from Dream Theater. We got to play a couple shows at Dream Theater, and
wow.
Mike is one of the coolest dudes you ever meet.
You got to meet Mike Mangini, man? I'm so jealous.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. John Petrucci, all of those guys, and it's just like, wow. So cool.
Dude, that's amazing. I think you were telling me you had a third story?
I think that was it.
Oh, that was it.
Ozzy and
Kiss
and
Vakken, dude.
Yeah.
Man, that's so amazing, dude. Those are
so here's my question. Totally not music related because I am a Bay Area aficionado. So Possessed is technically from San Francisco. Where are you from, man?
I'm from Woodland, California, which is just west of Sacramento.
Oh, okay, so you're further up north. Gotcha.
Yeah, so I'm kind of in between Sacramento and San Francisco.
Oh, okay. I'm from the Bay Area originally, from South Bay, so I'm familiar with San Francisco and Pacifica and Daly City and shit. I was going to ask if you've eaten at Gordo's Burritos, because that's the best place in the world.
Well, of course, yeah.
You have eaten at Gordo's Burritos?
Yeah.
Yes, that is amazing. Hell yeah.
Dude.
Hell yeah, dude.
Dude, that's freaking awesome, dude. So, my drummer Dan from Insanity Drain, he's one of your biggest fans, so I'm gonna ask one of his questions for you. He wanted to know, what's your favorite Possessed album?
Well, I would have to say Revelations of Oblivion, of course.
Hey, I listened to that beast of an album today, by the way. And damn, it's good.
Oh yeah,
I
love that album, man.
It's really got a great old school feel. You've really got that whole pre-death metal, thrash/death metal, with the old school vocals that remind me of Chuck, and it's a really, really good thing, and it really brought back that 80s vibe.
Yeah. That's an interesting story in itself. I mean, imagine, if you will, okay, you have this legacy, right?
Yep.
Possessed has the legacy, and it was like carrying the torch, okay? We couldn't come out being necrophagists or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even though we're all capable of doing that, that could not be done. Right?
Yeah.
It had to be a continuance.
Yep.
So for all the old school fans
mm-hmm.
and for the legacy, it had to be a continuance. So we had to carry the torch. So it was a very delicate situation. So it's like we can't go overboard, and we can't do this or that. We have to really focus on that.
I see what you mean by that too, and you nailed it. I mean, it doesn't. Nothing sounds out of place or like new. You know what I mean? Like there's no 2000s breakdowns, and there's no crazy drumming that you would hear these days, but there's still really good drumming, but there's nothing like totally outlandish, nothing completely off the wall technical. Like it just sounds like what death metal would have sounded like back then. It sounds like a continuation of what Possessed could have done back then.
Absolutely, yeah. And that's what I mean. It's like, it sounds like Possessed with new modern technology.
Right.
Yeah,
cleaner, but the edge is still there, and you can definitely tell it's Possessed.
Yeah. And then Jeff's vocals are just awesome.
Yeah, I have to agree.
Just like Jeff, Yeah, it was really cool, man. It came out really nice.
Is there a song on the album that really stands out to you that when you get onto that stage you can't wait to play?
One of my favorite songs to play live, I would have to say, from the old school, is The Exorcist.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, dude.
You know that little line that we do, like, midway,
Yep.
To see the crowd light up when we hit that section, they just love it, man, and the pit just breaks out like huge, and it's so cool. And what's funny is Dan, our other guitar player, he's like over there windmilling, right? Yeah. And I'm watching the crowd like, yeah, this is the part, right? I love this shit.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Dude, have you ever like you were saying, like how the people went wild? Have you ever stopped for a second and saw like some pretty hardcore stuff happening in the pit where you're just like, man, these people are losing it on each other?
Every show, the crowd surfers, the
Yep.
crowd surfers.
Yep.
I'll watch them because, man, sometimes those guys spank hard. They'll come to the barricade, and then they'll fall like on their head or something, and like I get all freaked out by it. Like, man, that dude's got to be hurting right now, Or oh gosh, last year January we played in Oakland at the Oakland Metro.
Yep.
And there is no barricade there.
Oh wow.
And we had like 8 security guards on the front of the stage because the crowd was just unbelievably insane. Like, I had a hard time focusing on what I'm trying to do, right? Man, this is insane.
Dude, that's freaking... So.
That's awesome, but it also leads to the next question, kind of. We like to ask a question around here. Do you have any embarrassing or funny stories that have happened to you on stage? Like gear malfunctions, trip, land on your ass, I don't know. Just anything funny or anything memorable from playing a live set that has been completely chaotic and just hilarious?
It's hard asking a professional this.
Yeah, we've had some doozies of stories, man. Let me tell you, everything from a dude falling out of a window with his amp, to like
Wow.
yeah, to like broken bones.
Oh,
like,
and guy sharded on stage.
The guy sharded on stage. So anything you have to add.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and
that would definitely suck. Let's see. One that comes to mind that was recent was the cruise ship. Actually, the 70,000 tons of metal.
Yep.
Our second, we had 2 sets. The first set was on the pool deck during the day. The second set was in the main theater, and the ocean was just like out of hand, right? And I'm like, oh my God, I'm always headbanging and going crazy, right? So I'm thinking, I'm already any show ready to just take a header at any moment, right? Because of, And it's like, man, I got to contend with these giant waves, you know, and it's like you're on a surfboard. It's like I got to headbang and put on a show. I'm going to fall off stage. I know I'm going to fall over or something. You know, I wound up being fine, actually, but I thought I was going to fall down.
Dude, that's hilarious. Yeah, I couldn't imagine what playing on a big boat feels like.
I never even thought about that.
Yeah, no, that's...
It's pretty crazy.
That's pretty hardcore, dude. So here's another question by Dan. So was guitar one of your first like instruments, or how did you stumble onto playing guitar and being the shredder you are now? Like, and also a side question with that: what are some guitar players out there that inspired you to play the type of metal you play today, or just play guitar in general?
You know, when I was 2 years old.
Wow.
I was born in 74, by the way. When I was 2 years old, I was obsessed with Kiss.
All right. Yeah.
So Kiss is what really started it for me. We had two neighbors that lived across from us, and they were brothers, and they had a Kiss poster. You know, the one with Peter Criss with the bandages around his head, up with blood and all that.
Yep.
Dude, that was it for me. That was it. Right?
Yep.
So Ace Frehley was my thing. I loved Kiss. And I got my first guitar when I was 4 years old.
Jeez.
Wow.
And
I'm going to raise my kid like that.
My entire life ever since.
Dude, that's so badass, dude.
What about, do you have any newer influences? Has anybody recently blown your mind a little bit?
You know, I would have to say Jeff Loomis.
Oh, yeah, Jeff Loomis.
Jeff Loomis is by far, to me, like one of the greatest players ever, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Right there with Jason Becker and, you know.
Oh, gosh, yeah, those guys are freaking amazing.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that's another cool thing, too. We were playing, I think it was the Summer Breeze Festival.
Wow, this festival's awesome.
We were on, you know, I'm backstage behind the curtain. You know, there's a crowd of 100,000 people on the other side, right?
Jesus.
And I'm back there just kind of warming up, and I'm looking over. Oh, there's some guitars right there. I'm like, wait a minute, those are Jeff Loomis's guitars. You know, and we're so busy, you don't realize what the schedule is or who's playing or whatever. And, yeah, that's Jeff Loomis's guitars are right there. I mean, I've met Jeff a couple times, but I never played with him before that, you know.
Dude, that's freaking badass, dude. And I think
Yeah, I didn't realize Arch Enemy was up right after us, right there on the same stage. I was like, wow, that's pretty cool, you know.
Yeah, dude.
Or here's another huge influence to me too, is Andy LaRocque, King Diamond.
Yep.
Oh man, love King Diamond. So we're playing Oslo, Norway, and King Diamond's playing. They played a couple shows as well on the tour, right?
Yep.
But never got the chance to see him or anything. And I had never met Andy LaRocque before. So our tour manager he knows them.
Yep.
You know, he's friends with them, and he told them that, oh, I'm a huge, you know, King Diamond fan. Now this is like one of those duh moments, right?
I love that.
Like, I'm a blonde person, you know, it's acceptable, right? So King Diamond was playing right after us on a stage right next to us. So I'm backstage warming up, doing my thing, and when I do that, I don't pay attention to much. And this dude and this girl walk up, and they're literally like 2 feet in front of me watching me warm up. Okay, cool, you know, whatever. I'm still doing my thing. Not paying any attention, you know. I'm not thinking at all. I'm just in my world, right? Well, they watched me for like 10 minutes, just standing there watching me and kept looking at me like I was like, okay, this is kind of weird. Well, so they leave. And about 10 minutes later, they come back. Okay, I'm like, oh, this is kind of awkward, right? What's going on? Well, so I keep doing my thing, and they leave again.
Huh.
Well, I didn't think about it at all. And so after they left, I went, oh my God. Right?
Yeah.
You'll never guess who it was. It's Andy LaRock.
Wow.
And the girl that plays grandma and all that on stage.
Wow.
That's who they were, and I was like, oh my, I'm such an idiot. What am I doing, right? So,
Damn.
that's who it was, and I was just like, oh my God. So
Dude,
that's another dunce moment right there.
That's amazing, dude. That's so cool. You get to experience all that, man. And it's awesome. And just for the for the listeners out there, to remind you, you are listening to the Claudeous Creamer interview. Claudeous from Possessed here on the Metal Mixtape on KSKQ 89.5 Ashland, Oregon, 94.1 Medford, Oregon. Want to keep this interview going a little more. You know, we've been having so much fun that like I haven't even got to like a couple of our final questions, but dude, all these stories are so freaking awesome, dude. I like you explain them so well that I almost feel like I'm living it there with you. Like this is phenomenal, dude. So what one of the things that really stands out besides your awesome shredding and your silky smooth blonde hair? No, I'm just joking. Dude, is that beast of a guitar that you have, dude? That's a custom guitar, right? Just specific, like your own guitar.
Yeah, the upside down Rhodes V.
Yep.
Yeah, that is a Scott Pavarnik custom guitar, and that's actually the Claudeous model. It's the only one in the world, and that thing is absolutely amazing. It just, wow.
Dude.
I've actually, in the last year, I've switched to ESP guitars.
Yep.
And just for, whatever reasons, we won't talk about that, but yeah, Scott Pavarnik, man, wow, amazing luthier. He, like I said, that guitar, there's not one in the world like it, and no guitars can even touch that guitar,
Yeah.
But my thing with that guitar is TSA is so hard on gear. When you're flying around the world or whatever,
yeah,
they beat your guitar. I've had guitars come back broken.
What?
I've had a guitar get lost for like 4 months. And
yeah,
that guitar is so personal to me that I wouldn't be able to handle it if it got hurt or if it got lost or whatever.
Yeah.
Just,
yeah, it's your baby, man.
So. Yeah, with ESP guitars, I could be, anywhere in the world and something gets broken, I call my rep guy and they will have Guitar Center bring me a brand new one.
That's got to be convenient.
Yeah, so that's kind of what happened actually. So it's like, man, this guitar, I can't, nothing can happen to this guitar.
No, I totally dig it, man. So, we're getting towards the tail end of our interview. It's been so awesome, but one of the questions I wanted to ask you, just like one of my own personal questions is, what kind of advice would you give bands that are out there like working their tails off and are just like wanting to play music for just their whole lives, just because I know there's a lot of sacrificing and a lot of time away from home. But is there a lesson that you've learned from playing music for so long and now playing on the stages that you're playing now?
The main thing I would tell musicians is keep going. Don't ever stop. Don't let nothing get in the way of. If that's what you want, then you put your mind to it, you will achieve it.
Yes. Love you, man. You should do. Yeah.
It's so important, you know what I mean? And that's part of it too is, you may not hit those huge stages or whatever, but you're doing what you love and you're doing it to the best of your ability. and that's why I support it. That's why I go support the local bands too. You know,
Yep.
no matter what, that you know how it is. You get up on stage in front of people you don't even know and give it your all. That's absolutely respectable.
Absolutely, man. I say it's like I use it. It's like my antidepressant, dude. And it's the only way like I'm able to like cope with life sometimes, man. There's nothing like playing music, and it's truly like a rush, you know what I mean? I mean, well of course you know what I mean.
There's literally nothing like it. There's no feeling like it. Every day that I'm not playing live is a day that I wish I was playing live.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, no,
and that's it too. You know, a lot of people don't know how to find their voice, right?
Mm-hmm.
They don't know how to speak to people, but you give them a guitar, and that's how they communicate with the world.
Absolutely, dude.
It's an artist thing, you know, and you know that person may not speak much at all, and you know when you try to talk to them, but when you give them an instrument, that's their voice, you know.
That is so true.
It's so true, you know.
Dude,
Well, we appreciate this, man, so much. This has been a really awesome interview.
Yeah, dude. I feel like I've learned so much, dude, and it was an absolute pleasure, dude. And I definitely want to leave the interview on that note for all the musicians. You know, never quit. You know, if it's what you love, you know, keep fighting for it. And yeah, dude, thank you so much, Claudeous, for giving us some time out of your night to do this awesome interview. This is huge for the Metal Mixtape, and you are awesome, man. And I can't wait to see you on the road. And I'm excited for you, man. Like, you're a super great guy. Thanks a lot.
Well, thank you guys, man. I really appreciate being on the show with you guys, and you know, fucking love you guys, and keep it metal.
Yeah, dude. Thanks so much, man.
Hell yeah, Claudeous, and you have a wonderful night, dude. And everyone in Oregon and listening around the world, you're listening to Claudeous Creamer from Possessed. Have a good night, brother.
Keep it metal, man.
All right, brothers. Have a good night.
Peace,
You
brother.
too.
That was a sweet interview.
That was a great interview.
Dude, all those stories, man, that was just absolutely crazy, dude.
And honestly, just him saying, you know, keep the music up. Don't give up on the music. Like, even I needed to hear that.
Bro, I needed to hear that.
As you know, Antariok has gone through lots of ups and downs in its very short existence. And, you know, sometimes I do kind of feel like giving up. But it's like, I can't let myself do that because it's what I want to do. And I know that you probably think the same thing sometimes.
Yeah, no, I completely agree, dude. I feel like these last couple of years, I feel like I can't. I feel like if I don't play music, like I won't be able to do a lot of other things in my life, you know?
Yeah.
Like just going to work won't feel right, and or just doing stuff. But you know, I do have a awesome little boy now, my little Kai, and ever since I had my son, I felt even more inspired, you know, just because like, you know, I just want my son to know that I'm never gonna quit what I love, and hopefully I make him proud.
Well, that's a good role model to have, as somebody that just doesn't quit and that is willing to work towards even what he was saying. Like, you know, you may not hit the Wacken stage. Who knows if any of us will ever hit the Wacken stage or Summer Breeze, but at least, you know, when we go to Johnny B's or the Bamboo Room or even just like a different city, that we're playing in front of people and doing what we love, and that's therefore having a lot of passion for it. So very important, and that was a really cool interview. Yeah, no, absolutely, and like I said, you're listening to the Metal Mixtape here on KSKQ. Thank you for all the fans for tuning in. We still have an hour left, and I'm gonna play an awesome song by an awesome metal band from Dunsmuir called Hella Metal. Yeah, let's do it.
They just dropped a bunch of sweet